It's like a high. It's like a super high.
I got a Showtime style, you know, magic.
I'd go anywhere to find a game.
You have the NBA All-Star game out here every day.
Exploit your skills out on the playground.
Right. Yeah.
We played all day, every day.
It's an amazing feeling of release, of joy, of pain.
Break yourself up. Most guys come out here all day just for one moment. You come out here all day and play 6, 7 games just to get a dunk on somebody, just shoot a long-range jump shot in somebody's face, just to steal the ball from somebody one time. It's like a cocaine addict. He's trying over and over again to get that same high that he did at first. And when you come out to play ball, when you first get there, the first game, if you get that great moment, like say the long range jump shot or the dunk, you stay out there 6 more games to try to relive that, do it all over again, get that moment of glory.
Basketball has changed a lot now because everybody out here wants to dunk, and you know, right. Michael Jordan and Dr. J have changed a lot of those things. But when we were kids on the courts, wasn't a lot of guys that were dunking. I think everybody was concerned with their ball handling and their jump shooting.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's a little different. I think the guys may be a little bit more all around because they can jump higher.
That's all playground ball is, pretty much so.
Yeah.
With a lot of
showing off, and there's no set offensive plays. There's no set defensive plays. You just get out there and you run.
Right.
You know, you just try to do a few fundamentals, give and go.
Exploit your skills out on the playground.
Yeah.
I got a Showtime style, you know, magic. I like the attention, and I like, you know, it's a thrill for me, like to shake somebody up or fake somebody out. Played bitty basketball at Dr. King Boys Club with Isaiah Thomas and Mark. Well, I really wasn't into names. I don't think nobody better than me. I don't think no one person can stop me. And I never get tired of playing.
You have the NBA All-Star game out here every day. I mean, when the All-Star comes on, when the All-Star games come on, what they're saying is no rules. Strut your stuff, be yourself, do what you learn how to do on the playground. And that's what happens out here every single day.
I can remember, I'm sure Isaiah, I've heard him talk about several times, that Isaiah brought like 4 or 5 guys from the West Side. And I had all my boys with me. And we got to playing, and when we started playing, it was probably at about 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. It was a nice day. It was 15, 20 people at the park. And we played, we won. Isaiah won, we won, Isaiah won, I won, Isaiah won. And went back and forth, and I didn't notice it. And Isaiah said this is the thing he didn't notice. He kept playing, and we kept playing. I noticed it was dark outside. And I remember one of the games, and this is when I noticed it, a ball came off the rim, and I think Ricky Wilson, the guy who was playing with me, grabbed it and dunked it. And you hear this, "Whoa!" And you look up, and there's probably 100 people hanging on the fence, standing around, cheering. It was a game. It was like a structured high school game with the crowd, and we had been playing so hard, you just didn't pay any attention.
Isaiah Thomas' uncle, his name was Dino at the time, he told me he had a nephew that was real good. And I was in high school then at the time, and I think Isaiah was still in grammar school. And he brought him over on the Austin court and played me one-on-one. You know, I'm looking at this little guy, you know, and Isaiah probably won't even remember this to this day, but he came over there and he was tough. I don't know if he beat me or not, but he was tough. He was still in grammar school. And I was like, gee. And, you know, then as I saw him develop through high school and now in the pros, you know, he's one of the best players ever played a game.
Some of the guys who was the best players, they're not even existing right now. They don't even play no more. That's the thing about street ball, you know. You get somebody to come out the street, it was all everything, not even playing ball. You know, the guy who you think was going to make the pros and was going to be all that, he's no one who didn't.
I don't know if you remember this guy. His name was Art Sybills. They used to say Isaiah had the best ball handling skills, but this guy, Isaiah had nothing on this guy. I mean, Isaiah's a great player, but this guy was, if he could have stayed in school and went the route that you're supposed to go, he would have probably, by far, been one of the best guys that ever played the game, that I think. His name was Arthur Sybills. Remember when Sybills used to come up here?
Oh, yeah.
And
Arthur Sybills, the greatest.
Legend.
Arthur Sybills.
Oh, the legend.
Oh, man, the legend.
The legend. I was telling about Isaiah. Isaiah can really handle the ball, but I'm just saying Isaiah really have nothing on handling the ball like this guy.
Oh, no. I mean, he's the king.
Isaiah's a great player.
Yeah, he was just the king. Arthur Sybills, man, he was magic. You a magic?
He was a magic.
Okay, check this out. You see where you are right here? Okay. We cut this off. There's 2 guys on him. This is the line here, the imaginary line there. This guy right here. 2 guys is defending him in this little bitty corner. He's just dribbling. He's just dribbling on you. You ain't doing nothing. You swatting, you trying to get the ball here in a little corner. You know, now that ain't magic. And then he dribbles out of it with 2 defenders standing right there. You know, that's the greatest. That's gotta be the greatest.
We talk about playground legends. You gotta bring up a guy named Lamar Mundane. I seen him just rain jump shots on people. 4, 5, 6 shots in a row. People just started calling him Money. Because when he shot, it was money in the bank. He'd come down and shoot a 15-footer. Everybody on the side be hollering, layup.
It's like a high. It's like a super high, you know. You feel like you can do it to anybody, anytime, anywhere, and nobody can stop you. Shaking and baking, movement. It's a challenge. When you're on, you're on. Anything goes.
That's 6.
Okay, Court, sweet.
7. 8. Kind of dim for you boys.
Let's go from New York.
9. Oh, that's all.
Play with a lot of guys who got in the flow of things, and I mean, you can turn this back and throw it up, and the ball's going to go in. So, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. Just pat the guy on the butt and say, hey, good game. That's all you can do. It happens. I've seen it happen to me a lot, you know. Say, man, if that guy's scoring you, woo! Hey, what do you want me to do? Shoot him?
19.
You cheating, man. You only had 12. Go back.
What's up, Val? 20.
Wait. That's the old move. Make a move out of the spot.
Get off the spot.
You mean bank it?
Yeah. If you don't, it don't count.
11?
The city guys more or less basically go to the basket type guys, you know, moves and and a lot of tricks and stuff. I think coming up in the suburbs, you learn other skills as far as shooting jump shots.
We always had to take it to the basket. We learned how to take it to the basket, and we learned how to take it to the basket in tough conditions, getting fouled, getting knocked down, falling down on glass. What's the difference? Now you don't fall down on glass, but you run into Charles Barkley. I think I'd rather fall on the glass, or fall on that hard pavement, running into Karl Malone or Kevin Willis. And I think we grew up in that environment where you ran into Bubba or Ice Cream or guys with those nicknames, and it's the same.
John, come on, baby. One thing that's changed when I was growing up, which is a few years behind you guys, we played all the sports. Whereas kids nowadays, they play basketball. That's all they play, all day long. I played it all, man.
Yeah, we would switch with the season.
Man, right.
Baseball season, play baseball.
What preseason football all this time?
Basketball season, basketball.
Without a doubt, man. We'd be right on the side of school. In an area like this.
Yeah, right. And we play basketball in the wintertime, sometimes with the ice and snow on the court.
One thing you learn to appreciate that the city is your basketball court. We can hang a net up and we can leave and that net would still be there because they know if somebody take that net down, it's a possibility somebody could be watching them and they can get them. And that's just how it was. We'd go out there and we'd spend our money to paint the basketball court, to paint the free throw line and spend our money on nets and new rims and things of that nature. We'd go through the house, we'll happen to take the rim down every night so when nobody come out there and dunk on it and bend it up. I mean, you try those things. We put on tournaments by ourselves where we put our hard-earned summer money in and invited kids like from around the city to come play.
I mean, you get so wrapped up in basketball and playground basketball in particular that you could miss out on a lot of things. I mean, generally we leave our women to go play basketball. That's generally what happens. I mean, basketball is like in court when a lawyer objects, the judge overrules. Basketball overrules. Arguments, you play basketball too much. You promised we'd go to the park today, and you promised we'll go, let's say, to the library and study on some Black history or something like that. But yet still you going on the playground. That's the gripe, the general gripe of your lady. They just won't understand. They won't understand. I mean, you can take them out, you can treat them to a night on the town, Saturday night. But you get up Sunday morning and try to play some basketball, they just will not see it. They won't see it. So what you got to do, throw on your shorts and go anyway. And then you got your argument. So you settle the argument by when you come in at night, you tend to take them out for another night on the town the next day. So they benefiting too. Yeah, oh yeah. It's gonna cost you money anyway you go. Yeah, that's why I say you can't really say basketball is inexpensive because when you get to the lady aspect of the game, then you're spending money.
At one point I was playing about maybe about 8 hours a day. It was like a job. I would get up in the morning about 8 o'clock, go to the playground and play by myself for a little while, go home, eat lunch, come back out later on that evening and play some pickup games and I started getting better and better.
You get up in the morning and you eat breakfast or whatever, and the next thing you know, you go to the park, and at the beginning, it's only about 3 or 4 guys there, which is great. That's what I want. Then I can work on things. I can shoot jump shots, take the ball to the hoop on my own, and you fool around. An hour later, there's 20 guys. An hour later, there's 50 guys. And then each game gets more heated.
No, 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 chest.
Right.
You hit the ball with 2 hands.
That's no
He's
problem.
spinning on his
The
chest.
ball hit out my hand.
He on his chest.
He hit the ball out my hand.
He's spinning.
He hit it and caught it and spit. He hit it and you caught it again. Right, he hit it. You caught it. He hit it. The ball went straight up with it. I can't do that. I can't do that.
You had control of it, right?
Your man hit the ball loose. Your man hit the ball loose. You caught it.
It was never loose.
Straight up right there.
I
I can't do that. I can't do that.
You caught it. You spit. You
I'm dead. Right, okay. Spit.
Right there. Shoot for it. Come on. Shoot for it.
I never bounced the ball no more.
That's something you're going to get.
I mean, you're a totally different person on the court. I mean, you may go out to discos together, or to the library together, or to McDonald's together, like the commercial, and you be all swell then. But you come back from McDonald's after drinking a cold orange pop and a Big Mac. You pull up and you get out the car and you go on the court and you get picked on 2 different teams. It's all war. You're total enemies then, until 32, until the game is over. The last 2 points. So you will get into some heated battles with what very well could be your brother. Your brother. Once you're on the court, he's just like, let's say, Cain and Abel.
When the game get close, 30 up, everything and anything goes. Not only that, you can get knocked down on your butt, and if you call a foul on the wrong person, you won't get the ball. I got a few guys around here that'll testify to that.
I remember one time Lamont, the game was 30 up. He stole the ball from me. He was getting ready to break for the hole. He saw me next to him, he threw the ball away. Cause I threw him through the wall if the man went in the game. I didn't care about nothing. I wanted to win. I'd rather be a dirty winner than a clean loser any day. And that's how I teach them. I scope 30 up and they got to trip somebody and run them to the pole to win. He don't get nothing but a foul. Just raise his hand. Foul, this man's neck broke. But you won. You won. That old, I'm sorry, I'm cool, that don't work. You want to get somewhere, you got to do it.
Oh, man, that's all ball. You had your foot in my stomach.
They softer than we are. They don't play as hard as we did. We took it more serious. They come out here, it's like doing the job. They come out and punch in, do their little whatever they have to do, and that's it. We used to come out here and we'd almost kill the win because we wanted to win that bad. We couldn't accept losing. We played all day, every day, and we took on any challenges. We went to different courts. We used to try to get some white kids to come over here. We played them. We go to them, play them over there in their ground. We took it a lot more serious. Now you touch their hair, they got fouled. They're too cute now.
Also, I can remember there was a lot of honor involved in playground basketball. You had codes, you know, you didn't call the cheap fouls, you didn't cry, you know. If in doubt, and if it was your home court, you would give it up. You would have some type of honor involved. You know, you didn't want to look like you brought people over here and cheated them. You know, of course, we were going to beat them because they were coming to our place. But it was a lot of honor involved, you know, and I think it made for a lot of respect. And as you said, they could come in at any time. We would go there, never any problems. After the game's over, the game was over. Guys would stand around and talking, and you learned a lot of respect for one another because of that.
One of the things that's different between then and now is the fact that then we played basketball to survive. And we played basketball to try to accomplish things that we couldn't accomplish on our own. And this is all we had at that time. So we played basketball. We didn't know what we were playing for. We just enjoyed it. It was something we could do. So we got away from the gangs and everything else. And we also knew that out of that, we got an identity. We wanted to identify with something. We had an identity. And kids all over, we were going to West Side and play as well. And all over it was like a brotherhood. We had a little toughness, and it has prepared us for something that we didn't know at that time what it was, but now we knew what it prepared us for, and we like to try to give them the same idea, the same characteristics, you know, so that they can step up and be men out here in a society that just takes your manhood. And if you aren't careful, you can slide. It's very easy to slide.
The biggest thing that's changed besides those things we talked about is the shoes. I mean,
yeah, right.
I mean, $70 worth of shoe right there, you know. That's
in our day, these Converse used to be made of canvas.
Right, and that was it.
And they were $7 or $8.
Shoot, like Bill Cosby, I used to wear mine out to get just had a
Now
little circle right there. That's all left.
Yeah, right.
No sole left, nothing. Just a little circle.
Now you find kids 8, 9 years old wearing $100 gym shoes.
$100 gym shoes. Which actually was really a sad commentary.
Yeah.
That's really a sad commentary because you got kids out here who are on welfare, who all they think about is getting a pair of Michael Jordans.
Sure.
And end up getting those stolen from somebody, somebody takes them. That unfortunately is happening, you know. That they think more that having these gym shoes on is the way to go. Now I'm a working man, this is a working man, you know. We all work, we got jobs, so we can afford to do this, but a lot of these kids, man, it's too bad, you know. They're one-dimensional and they don't see that this is not the ticket to get into where they need to get going.
Yeah, you spend $100 for a pair of gym shoes and you can't even afford a basketball.
Right.
You know, I never owned a basketball in my life. I would just go to the park and pick up the basketball that was sitting there and play and dribble the basketball. I used to just dribble and do little drills. I would take a basketball home that one of my friends gave me and keep that for 6 months or whatever, but I never in my life went to a store and bought a basketball. I didn't have the money, and I could find the basketball from somewhere, and I knew that. So it was cheap. I didn't even need a hoop. I could go in the backyard and dribble. I can go on the street and dribble down the street with a basketball. You don't need any tools to work on your game. You can always practice. There's no excuse not to work on basketball if that's what you really want to achieve. And I think that's why it's so big in the city. That's why blacks dominate the sport, because that's what we start out playing.
When I played basketball at the playground level and things like that, I played because that was a competitive and I liked it and we enjoyed that competition and camaraderie between players. Now kids play it because the ultimate goal for them is going to the NBA. Kids in elementary school, they don't even think about being successful in high school. They don't think about being successful in college. They're thinking NBA from elementary school on.
Hopefully I want to play NBA ball and everything else. I consider a basketball player to be one of my role models because they doing the right thing. They making money, and I want to make money. And I want to be all I could be. Seriously.
I dream that all the time. I went to the school where Skip Diller and Mark Aguirre went to, and that's Westerhouse. And when I was there, they used to play ball with us, you know. And I learned from them, and I dreamed it going to NBA, but I didn't make it.
I think at that age, you really don't think that far ahead. You just think about your surroundings at that point. I like playing basketball, and that's all I thought about was playing. And I always used to hear that you have to stay in school in order to make it, but you never really would focus on that. But you never would think that far ahead. Never. It's too far to reach for.
Had the NBA dream, but reality sunk in quick. And it didn't stop me from wanting to be good and wanting to do the things I did. You have to keep the dream in perspective. That's what it's all about. Because everybody can be a Michael Jordan.
As far as that, wishing they was on NBA, that was a bunch of garbage. They none of them thought about playing no pro ball, because if they did, they'd have stayed in school. Because I ain't never heard of a dropout making the pros. This is some new thing. Just like,
first of all, who's the dropout?
Half of them. I messed up too. I went there first period, and by 7 period, I had 7 lunches. Then I come home like y'all do, you know. I'm tired, mama, yeah. They gave us a lot of homework, you know. And it's the same thing. Ain't nothing changed but the time.
I think that if the kids were astute enough to look at the number of people that are playing college ball today and then look at the number of people that would be drafted, and then look at the number of people that are drafted that make it to the pros, I mean, it's almost you have a better chance of hitting the Illinois State Lottery than you do of going to the NBA. But the statistics are bearing itself out in the elementary and the high school that kids believe that they're going to be the one that hits the lottery. And I mean, speaking of the NBA lottery. And until they find out that they're not the one, then they move on with their life, hopefully, and hopefully move on with it in a positive direction. And then comes the ones under them who think they're going to be the NBA lottery pick. And yeah, I think it's a cycle that'll continue as long as there's high-powered NBA money out there. I think basketball now is gone beyond a game. I think it's just strictly business.
They see the basketball stars, football stars, baseball stars making these multi-million-dollar contracts, and you got teachers who are supposed to be teaching our kids basics of what they're going to need to make it through life, who got to struggle to get a $25,000 a year salary, you know, so why should a kid concern himself with going to school to become a teacher when he can come out here and play basketball,
and take a shot at being a millionaire,
right, and be a millionaire right away. Yeah, so I think the structure of the country is.
I went to school.
Right, you go to college. I think, you know what, there's several of us who got college degrees that are sitting here now, and you know, I think about it. Heck, I'm struggling to pay my bills every day, you know, and then I look at other guys who all they had to do was utilize their physical talents, which is nothing wrong with it, and they're kind of like on easy street. So I can understand what some of these young kids out here trying to, you know.
Let's put it this way: it's better. It's a better living than selling drugs.
Basketball to me, because of that, whatever I have become or whatever I've developed into, is because I play basketball. There's no question about that. And not because I was a great student, you know, which I was, and I wasn't at the same time, you know. But I mean, basketball made me become a better student because I had to pass to play, you know. And once I got into the school book kinds of thing and realized that, hey, I could, this wasn't too no harder than anything else. I put the same efforts in these books I put on this basketball court, I'd be successful. So, you know, I was very successful and even made a dean's list in school and things like that you never, you know, never thought of would happen at the time when I first started playing basketball.
You know, we're on the back of the bus a lot with Dominique and Moses and Spud. We're talking about basketball, and Moses say, man, I think Pete Maravich might have been the best basketball player. And Dominique will say, I don't know, I think Bill Russell or Dr. J, and Spud, you know, he'll say somebody else in the pros, and then I'll say Larry Yates. And they'll look at me, Larry Yates? Who's Larry Yates? And I'll say, well, he was awesome. And I still think that. I think if Larry Yates knew how important school was and was dedicated enough to work on his game, was dedicated enough to understand how important having an attitude, a working attitude that you can work with, you could win. Unfortunately, he didn't, and a lot of other guys didn't.
I think you should follow life on a straight line, and I think any time that you get off of that line is going to hurt you later on. And I think a time or two those guys maybe ventured off that line, and I think it caught up with them. And it was a variety of reasons. Some reasons was drugs, some reasons was just not doing well in school, some reasons was just not being motivated enough. I think I was very motivated. I was very determined to make it, maybe more determined than they were. But at times, I don't think I was determined on the court as they were. And sometimes when you do well off the court, it sometimes makes up for what you don't do on the court, because nowadays when NBA teams look at you, they just don't look at how good you are as a basketball player. They look at how good you are as a person. And it's a lot of guys right now, you know, as you well know, that's walking the streets, that could be in the NBA. But the major reason why they're not is because they did something off the court. And I think that's what happened to those guys. They just didn't follow that straight line.
I played professional basketball in South America and Argentina. And I got messed up. I got involved in some real stupid things. I made some bad decisions. Apartment free, you eat free, a couple of $1,000 a month. It's not millions like you make in NBA, but you get paid to play basketball, so it's all right. 2 Americans to a team, TV, autographs, newspapers. Little black boy's dream, play basketball. I made pro.
We proud of them. We saw we had 2 that made it. We had another guy, what's his name, James Stewart. He got up to the Phoenix Suns to go out for the trial, and then he blew it. A wine head now. But we just like, we're not the jealous type, Brian. We don't, if you make it, do it for him. If you don't make it, then, that's how the cookie crumbles. We got another one over here named Terry Rucker. Boy can make any protein if he goes to school. Boy averaging, what was he averaging, 40-something a game?
I wanted to be a pro basketball player, but I had just messed up in school. They won't give me another chance to go back. And it was just hard for me.
Bang! He could make any protein right now if he had a shot at something. If somebody could, But like I say, the average black around here, you gotta finish school to get somewhere, all right? A lot of them got the problem when they do finish the school, or 90% of them don't. They get up to a senior high school year and they make a mistake. They quit going or something come up, but they don't get that second chance to go back to that school. Anybody can transfer to another school, but they want to go where they're comfortable at. School don't give them that chance. That's how they end up out here in the street, nothing to do. Then their money get funny, then they start violence, and if you get broke enough, you do anything. You don't want to hurt nobody, but if push comes to shove, that's what you have to do, you would do it. If they had gave him that other chance, the man wouldn't be where he at now. He had a shot at something.
Woo!
You can't be a pro basketball player nowadays if you don't go to school. It's that simple. If you don't do the books, you don't play on the court. It's that simple, but it's also really tough because it's tough for a guy to study when his parents never went to school, or when he just has one parent and she's working all the time and the father's not around. See, it's not easy. It sounds so easy, but it really isn't that easy. When you come from a background with 10 brothers and sisters and none of them went to school, all of them dropped out from high school, but you've been working on your game. You know you should study, but you don't know how to study. You need work, you need some help on this math problem, but who can help you? They say, well, tell your parents to tell them to study. Well, if your parents never went to high school, how do they know how to study? How can your parents tell you to do your homework if they never did their homework? They probably don't know you have homework. And so it's not that easy.
One reason I wanted to make it because I wanted to prove everybody wrong. You always get this thing with inner city kids that, they can't make it, they do something wrong or whatever. It's always that stigma over our head. And anytime we get a chance to prove somebody wrong, we're appreciated more for it. And I come from a big family, and I had 4 brothers, and I had one brother, Michael Johnson, who was probably one of the best high school players ever to come out of Chicago. He played at Austin High School. They called him Terror, that was his nickname. And he went to Texas A&M, and he didn't follow that straight line. He depended on a lot of people to help him with grades. He depended on handouts, and I think it hurt him. Eventually, he played with the Globetrotters for a while, the Washington Generals team, but he never really made it to the NBA. And I think I learned from him. I always tell him, I say, you're one of the reasons why I made it, because I learned from you, and I did the opposite.
I think basketball has ruined a lot of people's lives, especially in my neighborhood. Basketball is so important that you become a star in your neighborhood when you're in high school and when you're in grade school. And you really haven't accomplished a thing. I think the kids' biggest downfall right now is that they settle for short-term success instead of looking at the whole picture.
I think that there are a lot of people out there telling these young kids who give evidence of great ability at an early age. I think there are a lot of people out there telling them what they want to hear rather than telling them what they need to hear. And there are people out there telling them, you're great, and life is easy. When what I think they should be telling them is, you can be great if you really, really work hard at it, and also, life is real hard. And you have people who are all young people need support systems. I think the people that have succeeded for the most part have had somebody that's offered them some kind of a support system. And to me, that means giving them comfort and support when they need it, but at the same time, helping them set some goals and pushing them to the limits of their potential and making them realize the importance of that. And then somewhere along the line, somewhere that kid is going to have to stand up on his own 2 feet, and many of them cannot do it. I think in many respects there are talented kids who are being what I think of as programmed to fail because they're being given this misconception and is being reinforced for a lot of years by a lot of people.
Growing up in Chicago, you have so many temptations to wander off, and you really have to be a strong individual to do it. People will always try to pull you down, and a lot of my friends try to pull me down. They saw that I was making it. They saw that I was like the #1 player in high school when I came out my senior year, and they wanted to pull me down. Come on, Ed, let's go to this party. Let's do this, let's do that. I think overall, if you look at the overall picture, I think a lot of them tried to drag me down, but not on purpose. You know, they just didn't know any better. You know, when you don't know anything, you know, you just don't understand. And, you know, partying to them and doing drugs was just a thing to do. It was nothing bad to them. You know, it's just a thing to do. And basically trying to get me involved in it was trying to tell me that they were a friend.
You run with ball players, you're going to be a ball player. You run with people that ain't got nothing to do but represent gangs, beating their chests, or doing drugs, then that's what you're going to do. Or else you can't run with them. You know? It's like if you run with a lawyer, you got to come up with some type of brain so you can communicate. You know, you couldn't socialize with this man if you're a lawyer and he's a drug fiend. They couldn't run together because they ain't got nothing in common. And these kids is whoever they hook up, you know, whatever big brother they might get up under, if whatever that person into, then that's what they gonna be doing.
Brothers used to try to keep us out the gang, so they used to come around and try to recruit us. So what they do is they pin us up on the poles. They beat us to death to make sure we ain't joining no gang. They get all the information out. Who you with? You know, we ain't with nobody. We playing ball. You know. Okay. They had Ricky on the pole. Like that. Everybody was beating him to death, right? They was really beating him to make sure he wasn't in no gang, right? So you wasn't in no gang. They let him go. Rick started cramping.
No, I don't. Tell me about that.
He started cramping all the way up and down.
We used to be on the court, and we'd play like at midnight, and we'd just have cars. We'd have people bring their cars over and shine lights on the court to play. And at that time, then it was a gang problem, so we'd have lookouts on every corner, because that's when the gang activity started, and they'd like holler from across the field, say it's a gang coming. You know, and then we'd take off running in whatever direction we could. You know, at times they would catch us. And, you know, it's 2 or 3 times. Well, that's why I say I'm really thankful, you know, that I'm here today, because a couple of times they've had us at gunpoint and things of that nature. But I just wanted to play ball so bad, I put my life on the line at times just to stay out that late to play.
You know, when I was growing up, it was tough, and they had gangs, but nothing like nowadays. And there's no way that I can sit here and tell you that I know how it is, because I don't. I'm not growing up now. What I do know is when I was growing up, we idolized each other. We idolized our peers. Our peers usually were athletes. We idolized the best basketball player in our high school or the best basketball player at the park. Nowadays, kids are growing up, and the most popular person in the school is the drug dealer, their age, because he's a senior or junior or sophomore or freshman in high school driving a Mercedes to school.
As an athlete, too, sometimes the gangs wouldn't even bother with you, you know, because they figured that you were an athlete, and the last thing that you really wanted to do was, you know, get involved in any type of, you know, criminal activities or anything like that. And then it gave you a base, because it's not just you. If they came to get you to go in with the gang, you sort of belong to a gang of your own. They are all basketball players, and again, we sort of protected each other. And it opened, you know, you become like sort of like a junior civil citizen type thing, you know. In the neighborhood, people think they know they can trust you, and they know that you're doing something constructive because you're in the gym and you're not tearing up things or whatever. So it definitely kept me out of that. My mom knew where I was all the time. So it was always like a babysitter. You got the latchkey kids, you had the basketball kids. We had some place to go.
And these boys, they just need help. These people talk about all this jive about we trying to help the blacks and the poor. That's garbage. All they doing is talking about helping the blacks. And you know, like, you been out here for how long? 2 hours? How many cops you done seen? None. I mean, people you done seen come out here trying to get these boys a chance to do something. Nobody. So this is what they do all day long, play ball. You know what makes them good, what makes them good ball players is they don't like nobody coming over here taking their home from them. This is their home. They're going to fight to protect it. And I don't care how good you is. These boys going to play to beat you. They ain't going to come over here to fight or nothing like that. They just like playing ball. And it's a rule over here. No outsiders can come over here and beat us in our own home. This is our home.
Help out, Boone. Help out. Game. Okay. Hey, who game was it? Come on, yours. Come on, who you got? That was his game.
For the bottom line, you know, you can talk about the pros, you can talk about street ball, you can talk about amateur ball, but this is where it all starts at. This is the, you know, the development right here. You know, we shovel snow at 11 o'clock in the morning, you know, to play ball at the blizzard, basically. We come out here all times at night. Police got to kick us out the park, you know, because we want to play basketball. So this is where it all starts at. You know, you can talk to Jordan, you can talk to Magic, and to all these guys. All those guys have been right here somewhere on the basketball courts in the streets playing.
Michael Jordan scored 50 points every night playing with me. I steal the ball, I shoot threes, and can't no one person stop me. Ain't no zone in the NBA, so they won't be able to stop me because you got to play man to man.
It's a type of a drug, and it's something that gets in your system. And even though we, Over the Hill Gang, a bunch of coaches here every Sunday, we have been for 20 years, we don't play as good as we used to, we don't run as long as we used to, but we still feel the way about the game. And the reason that we keep participating, because that's been some of the happiest time of our life. Basketball has caused a lot of us to travel, it's caused a lot of us to have other kinds of successes. So this is something that we just keep playing and probably will do. We've had guys play out here and sat down and had a heart attack and died right in the gym here. So we do this because it's our love and it's our way of continuing to participate and be a part of something that's always been a part of us.
Those who don't make it, I tell them they're going to make it in St. Louis University. That's what we call this college here, off campus. St. Louis University, and a lot of players that we thought might have made it ended up in St. Louis University here. But like I said, it was just neighborhood, you know, thing, little games we play with each other.
Basketball to me is far more than a game. It's fun, but I don't know what it is. It's a release. I am not the same person off the court that I am on the court. I mean, off the court, I'll try to do anything for anyone. You know, if I can help someone, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do that. On the court, I'm going to win. If I have to hit you in the face to win, I'm going to hit you in the face. If I have to run and dive on the floor, I'm going to run and dive on the floor. It's a combination. Basketball is more than just a game because it's not only the winning, the feeling of winning, but it's also when you're playing the work and you can feel the sweat. It's great being in great games. I hate blowouts. Those are easy. The good ones are the 1- and 2-point games where you're struggling and you're going back and forth. I don't understand. I've never used cocaine, but I have no doubt that cocaine cannot give me the same high that I get when I'm playing basketball. It's a tremendous feeling, and maybe that's why I'm a pro, because I get that feeling. I don't know, maybe it is something inside. You can get in the gym by yourself, and you're playing. You're not playing to win anything, but you're shooting a game. You're having a shooting game with yourself, and it is so intense that you can feel it. It's an amazing feeling of release, of joy, of pain. It's just a great feeling that only basketball players can feel, or only competitive basketball players. I don't know what the feeling is. I wish I could bottle it. If I could bottle that feeling, it'd be the best drug on earth. It would be much better than cocaine or any of these other drugs. But it's a feeling that you get from playing the game.
Bulls had me, they'll win the championship. I seriously believe that. I said that with all truthfulness.